Okay, hello, buongiorno, salve, or buonasera, and welcome to Survive Italy Without Being Fluent in Italian, a small course brought to you by Italy Made Easy. I'm your host and language trainer, Manu Venditti. So, have you ever wondered what it'd be like to have the time of your life traveling throughout Italy? Well, you probably have. And well, if you're here, I can see that you understand how important it is to be understood and to understand Italians while you're in Italy because they don't speak English over there. So you have to learn a little bit of Italian. And as you will see in this presentation, a little bit will actually take you a long way. You also understand how it's important to stay safe and experience the best Italy and the real Italy, the Italy that we all have in mind because we've watched movies and documentaries and we know what Italy can be like. And for many of us traveling to Italy, or you traveling to Italy, Italy is exactly that. But for some, it's not always a great experience. And we definitely want to help you avoid feeling like a clueless tourist. And we sometimes do when we travel, and that's usually when we don't understand the culture that we're visiting. Now, obviously, you know that Italy is a magnificent place, but something that not everybody knows is that Italy has 70% of UNESCO's World Heritage protected cultural sites. That's around 45 cultural sites. That means that if you go to Italy, you're likely to see a lot of amazing stuff, and of course you know that. But I thought it was interesting to share this notion of 70% of the entire world's protected cultural sites. That's pretty big. Now, Italy is the land of succulent cuisine. There's no need to talk about that. I mean, I guess everybody knows how good Italian food can be. And of course, it's a country filled with art and history. So, let's have a look. Here has got some photos that remind us how amazing Italy is. There's so much to see. I myself haven't seen everything, of course. Every little town has a little bit of history and art and food tradition as well. So, we all want Italy to give us that dolce vita experience, but the facts are clear. Italians, as I mentioned, do not speak English. Most of them. Now, the younger generations are learning English, but they still are not very willing to speak it. Not because they're unfriendly, just because they're embarrassed and English is not really taught very well in Italy. So you won't find a lot of people able or willing to speak English to you. Now, Italy has a population of 61 million people, which is a lot, especially when you consider that Italy is smaller than California. So you have 61 million people all packed in a little space. On top of that, Italy sees around 46 million tourists going through Italy a year. That means that pretty much the population doubles every year. So you have 100 million people in the size of California. Now, Italy is in the midst of a recession. The recession is still there, no matter what they tell us. Italy is not doing well, and Italians are frustrated. Italians are overall struggling. There are not happy times for Italians. And what this means to you as a traveler to Italy is that you will probably be affected in a way by this situation. Not so much for you, because you'll be going to a nice hotel and you'll be eating well and you'll be seeing everything there is to see. So it's not going to affect you directly, but it's going to affect your experience because Italians are, like I said, frustrated. And so they're struggling for everything. They're struggling for jobs and for space and so you might have experiences of coming across Italians not being very nice, but it's definitely not personal. Most Italians are irritated these days, but it's got nothing to do with you. They're angry at the government, they're angry at the financial situation, they're unemployed, they are struggling to pay the bills, and so there's a sense of irritation that is caused by the current situation, and we have to kind of work around that. You know, Italy, it's not a secret, is full of scrupulous people ready to take advantage of tourists. It's not uncommon to hear awful stories of people being scammed. It's not just the taxi drivers charging you more than they should. I think it's a very famous case of a 700 euro dinner for a Japanese couple. It shouldn't happen. More recently, I've read about a 20 euro ice cream in Florence, and again, it shouldn't happen. And it happens when, well, the situation is what it is in Italy, but it happens when there's an endless flow of tourists who are not prepared for Italy, who don't speak Italian, who don't understand Italian, and they can easily be scammed. And I'm here to help you avoid that. I don't want that for you, that's for sure. Because the truth is that Italians are very hospitable people. They're welcoming by nature, and they are proud of their language and culture. And what this means to you is that all you need is to know how the culture works before you go there. And, you need to be able to interact with the locals and attract their hospitality. And this is easily done because all you need to do is be just 10% better than most tourists who go there and don't understand easily and don't know Italian. So if you only know 10% more than them, you will get VIP treatment and you will create unforgettable, amazing memories. What I mean by VIP treatment, we'll look at that later in this course, in this workshop. But it's basically, if you stand out and you kind of make it clear that you're not one of those tourists who assumes that you speak English and that they speak English, and that you expect things and you have no idea how Italy works. All you need is just be aware of a few things and be able to speak a little bit to cause a reaction in the Italians you're interacting with, and be treated really, really nice and get a lot of stuff that I'll tell you about later. So anyway, by the end of this presentation, you will know how to pronounce Italian, which is a key, essential skill to have, because if you can pronounce well, you can be understood well, even if you only know 10 words, okay? You'll learn how to use key expressions in Italian, and like I just mentioned, you will learn how to get VIP treatment while in Italy.